Object calendars were originally designed to teach communication skills to students that were deafblind. But these object calendars can be used for students of any disability that have communication problems or that have problems with abstract thinking. Calendar boxes usually represent a whole day's activities, but sometimes students have a hard time understanding that an object represents an activity, so sometimes it's helpful to take one activity and stretch it out so that the student learns that one object represents a certain event. So the way it works is that you first assemble boxes, and it doesn't matter what the boxes look like, but each box represents a sequence, and the object in the box represents an event. So the milk, we're making chocolate milk, so the milk, the cup, the chocolate syrup, and the spoon, and then the box at the end represents finished. So when a student finishes with an event, then that is put into the box. So for example, the student would come and take out the milk, and then they would take out the cup, and with help pour the milk. When they were finished with the milk, then they would put the milk in the finished box. Then they would get out the chocolate syrup, pour that into the cup, and then put that in the box, stir it with a spoon, and when they were finished stirring, then they would put that in the finished box. All the boxes are empty, so that represents that the activity is now finished. As a student progresses towards more abstract thinking, then you can use a part of an object. For example, you could use a lid to the milk, or you could cut out part of the milk carton, and then you could use that. You could cut out part of the chocolate syrup or use the lid, so that the student learns that more abstract thinking, that part of the object represents the whole object. Activity calendars can help the student in many ways. For example, it can teach them to request help. So if the student moves your arm towards the milk, then they're requesting help. It can also help the student learn sequencing, so you can put the different activities in different sequences and teach the students to put them in the proper order. Another thing that they can do is to teach them choice making. So for example, you could put chocolate milk and strawberry syrup in, and they could choose which one they wanted to have, which again, anytime that a student can make a choice, that enhances their quality of life, and that's a really important skill. One of the great benefits of these activities is that these activity boxes is that they are easy to use, they're easy to assemble, they're simple, and they're inexpensive, which means that they can be used both at school and they can be used at home as well. And so by using these activity calendars, then it can be a great important step in teaching any student communication skills and communication concepts.